It's weird not looking at the camera, but okay. Recap of what went down July 5th of 2025. NPC Universe, Masters, Nationals. What a ride. So, going into the show, there's a lot of things that we prepared for. I mean, we got anything and everything to a T that you can think of when it comes to getting ready for a show, let alone a national show. Started off with a list. I'm old school, writing down a list, pen and paper, as far as what I need to bring. I usually break it up into lists as far as bathroom stuff, kitchen stuff, miscellaneous, workout stuff, you name it. But leading into the show, as you guys saw in the last video, you know, you're pretty hype, you're pretty motivated, you're feeling confident, you're manifesting. We're doing all these things. But I'm not gonna lie to you, there were some times where you kind of have your doubts, like where you don't know who's gonna show up. This isn't basketball, it's not football. Basketball, you know who you're gonna play. You know who your opponents are. You can study their weaknesses. You can strengthen your weaknesses based off of that. You can study the opponent. You can do all these things and literally outwork them to beat them. Bodybuilding, you can't do that. Bodybuilding, all you can do is stay in your lane, put your blinders on, not focus on anyone else, and do your best. Because the minute you start looking at other people and who's coming in, who's showing up, you will mentally fuck yourself. So, kind of had my doubts here and there, spoke to my posing coach, and like you saw in the last one, he told me to just have that mentality like, you're coming. They're competing against you. And that really helped a lot, and it just drove it. And again, as you guys know me, I'm a big believer in manifesting, visualizing, praying, staying positive, being grateful for things that I don't have yet. And that's something that's very difficult to do. So as I got closer to the show, I just started walking with my chest taller, started walking with this sense of gratitude, as if I already had what I wanted. And I tell you, the feeling was so good. There were days where not many people noticed. In fact, I hope nobody noticed. I was walking with such gratitude that I had tears going down my face as I worked out, because I felt it. I pictured it there. I pictured myself attaining my goal. And me being an emotional person, just comes out like that, you know? To a point where I started writing it down. So this is my workout log that I write all my workouts in. And if you look at that date right there, July 1st, I wrote IFBB. And I started writing that in a lot of places. I started looking at it. I started picturing walking taller just with those simple 4 letters. Those 4 letters don't mean much to a lot of people, but to me, it's a lifelong goal that I've always wanted to have and attain, and we got it. So when it came for the preparation for this, traveling for the show was kind of hectic, I'm not gonna lie. Got up pretty early, and we get to the airport, dotted our I's, checked our T's, you name it. And we get to the airport, everything's flowing smooth. And then my wife Jordan, God bless her, she had recently had her license expire. She got a new one at the DMV. The lady at the DMV kept her old license, which I don't know why they did that. Maybe she thought she was pretty and she kept it. To each their own. But she had a paper license. And as we were leaving, we didn't really think she needed it. And so get to the airport, scan in. I'm able to go through because I have my ID, it's up to date, and so on and so forth. They stop Jordan. They're like, hey, you can't go through. They have to interview you. We're like, what? Yeah, they have to interview you because you have a paper ID. You don't have the real ID. And so at that point, I'm like kind of low-key freaking out because I don't know how long this is going to take. So I go through security and I'm just like, okay. I asked this one individual, excuse me, ma'am, like, do you know who to talk to? That my wife's over there. She has a paper ID. They kept their old one, waiting for the new one. Oh, they're going to interview. Don't worry. They'll come by. 5 minutes goes by. 10 minutes goes by. So I start freaking out some more. So I'm just like, okay, ask another person, tell them the same story. Listen, I've been prepping for a show for over a year. I cannot miss this flight. Can you please find someone to talk to my wife? And they told me the same story. So I walk a little bit further down the airport, find the lady. Thank God I found this lady. So, excuse me, ma'am. So it was the same spiel. And she goes, oh yeah, I talked to your wife already. I'm like, no, you haven't. She goes, yeah, she's good to go. I said, my wife's over there. Where is she? Oh, there she is. I'm like, is there any way? She goes, yeah, I'll be right there. And thank God she talked to her. We were low-key freaking out. I was gonna leave. I was gonna have to leave Jordan if she had to stay and miss the flight. Just unfortunately, I had to go. But thank God she got through. Usually we're at the gate, probably like 30 minutes minimum, resting, hanging out, chilling, getting ready. We were there at the gate probably 10, 15 minutes and they started boarding the flight. So that's how close to the wire it was. So we get on the flight, smooth flight, luckily. We land in Jersey, or I'm sorry, not Jersey, went to Newark. And it was freezing. The airport was fucking cold. And go down to the shuttle, but then we go to Avis. Then at Avis, there's literally 2 people working. There's a long line of people. And then there's 2 other people working in the preferred Avis customer line, which I don't even know I don't know how to even become a preferred Avis and customer. I really don't. I don't rent enough cars, I guess, to know. And so I'm just sitting there watching, and then they're just back there talking while these 2 people are taking their time, and we're just taking forever. And I'm just like, dude, I gotta go because I still had to work out that evening. Jordan had to still go get the food for what we needed for the week. There was a lot of stuff we had to do. I think we're at Avis for probably 45 minutes to maybe an hour. And in my head, I'm thinking, you guys have these reservations that have been confirmed. We're in line. Why are they so short-staffed? Why are things moving so slow? But at the same token, I don't know. What if 1 or 2 people called in sick? It happens. And we're just there hanging out. At that point, we got the license plate to the car. So I just see the car away in the parking lot. So I walk all the way down there. And I asked them, excuse me, sir, this is our car. Like, when can we just take it now? I really don't need it washed. I don't care if it's washed or not. And they're like, well, we got to make sure there's nothing left inside because we've had issues in the past. I said, okay, was there anything inside? He says, no. I said, okay, cool. Can I have my car and leave? Because I'm in a hurry. Luckily, they were nice about it. They brought the car over, like halfway wet and everything. And we were on our way. So from Newark to Jersey, it took us it was like a 45-minute, 50-minute drive with traffic. Because I think it was around like 5 p.m. when we were going, maybe even later. They're an hour ahead of time than we are. So we get to our Airbnb. It's a nice little home. It's small, but it's perfect. It is such a perfect little small unit because Jordan has her own room with a full-size bed. There's a little kitchen in between, and then there's my room with a full-size bed, and each unit or each bed had a little AC box for each one, which I thought was amazing. In the past, when we rented Airbnbs, like a room or a room of that size would probably only have one centralized or one, I don't even know what you call it, a hanging AC unit. But this one had 3, had 1 in each, which was amazing. And so drop everything off. I changed for work to go work out, and I go work out. But by the time where this is all done, I think I'm working out at a gym, and this was perfect. Like, there's a Gold's Gym like 5 minutes away. There's a Walmart 5 minutes away. It's pretty centralized. We were 10 minutes away from the venue. It just worked out so perfectly, you know? And I went there. Jordan dropped me off to the gym. I had to do a quick pump workout. And then I think Jordan was still finishing shopping. So after the workout, I was done. I waited, I think maybe like 10, 15 minutes, picked me up, went back home. My coach is like, I need you to get some sleep. And I'm like, I'm hearing you, but I'm trying here, man. Like, I'm not purposely staying up late and partying. I'm trying to get sleep. It's a long day. It was a long day. We got there Wednesday, and that's how we ended Wednesday. All right. Thursday morning, I wake up, I do check-ins with my coach, submit photos. I don't know the lighting of the room yet. I haven't had time to study the lighting, the window, or like the angles. I brought my tripod with a light on it just in case. Thankfully I did, because that's how much I was prepared. And at the end of and at that point, I hadn't used it yet. So I just went outside. I said, hey babe, can you take my pictures? Took pictures in the sun. And I'll be honest with y'all, when I saw those pictures of me in the morning, Thursday, I'm like, I look like shit. Not like shit, but I'm like, I didn't like the way I looked. Whether it was the angle, the lighting, of natural, I just don't know what it was, but it was kind of like a big blow to my confidence seeing those photos. But I told myself, okay, my coach knows what he's doing. I know we're gonna come in looking sharper than this, looking better than this. This is just day after travel. Like, we're gonna get this. Sends me the plan. I go work out. And then after that, in Jersey, marijuana is legal. So I found a dispensary near the house. And then from there, I got a couple sleep gummies because those things work like a magic charm. And took me some gummies when I got home because my coach was like, hey, after your workout, take your post-workout meal and I want you to rest. Try to sleep, take a long nap. I said, okay. Took a gummy with that post-workout meal. I think I took about a 3-hour nap, much needed, and it helped significantly. So from that point, what I'm doing is simply just eating my meals, posing for 5 minutes after every single meal, taking off my trunks, laying down, elevating my feet, and that's how Thursday looked like. That was a whole day Thursday.